Hi guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. If you're seeing me for the first time, I'm Intentional Favor, and on this channel I film about faith, lifestyle, studying abroad, at least for now. Please, if you want to join us, we are happy people and yes, we love you. Feel free to hit the red subscribe button below as well as notification bell so that I get notified each time I upload new videos. And to you, my amazing returning subscribers, you guys know that I love you so much. Thank you for always coming back to watch my videos. So guys, you are highly welcome to the month of July. Happy new month to you all. Happy New Month is not something that you regularly get here. Like here, they don't say, you know how in Nigeria, Happy New Month, Happy New Month, Happy New Month. No, you don't usually get that. And sometimes it's weird that I even forget already. I think I've really gotten used to this culture that I don't even remember to tell people Happy New Month. But for you guys, definitely, I've decided, I started this last month, that every month I'm going to be trusting God to give me a word for my subscribers, to you, my amazing family, a word that we will run with, or words that we will run with. I'm not sure how many of you keyed into the one of June, okay, but I personally did. I don't just say it there. I personally believe it's a word for me because I'm also a follower of Intentional Favor. Yes, and God has done great and mighty things for us in the month of June, okay. I'm not sure if you can testify, but in case you've not been keying into all of this, I'll just encourage you, try and key into it. So what God told me for this month of July, basically, of course, God gave me his word that he maketh all things beautiful in his own time. That was exactly the word I got for us this month. So there's something about God's timing for us this month. All you need is to key into that. All you need is to trust God. And when it happens, it's going to be beautiful. Like, you can see how I'm stressing the beautiful. It's not just going to be random. Like, it's not just going to be just anything. It's not going to be ordinary. It's going to be beautifully extraordinary. I just want you to key into this. I'm not sure what your expectations are for this month, in case you don't even have any. As you are watching this video now, I would like to encourage you to outline your expectations from God. Of course, be open with him and tell him that you are ready to work with him. You are ready to receive this from him, especially at his own timing. So because of this, I've actually decided this was not the video I planned to release today. But basically, because of this word, of course, I want to encourage people. This is a video I've always had in mind that I'm going to film, but I think this is the right time really to film it and to encourage people out there when it comes to God's timing and what God does in his own time, how beautiful he makes it. So I'm going to share my stories about my visa. Of course, I've carried you guys along all this while about my applications, how everything has gone. Yeah, so but there are still some things you guys don't know really. You only see maybe the huge news. Okay, yeah, finally I got my tier 2 visa, I started my new job, you know, all of that. But there are some things attached to that. Like for me, those ones are the ones that really made me to know that God is involved in my life. God is involved in this matter because it's so extraordinary. So that's what I'll be sharing with you guys. So sit down and enjoy this video. To be fair with you guys, I have no outline, but I think in my head I know what God has done for me, and I will carefully, the best way I can, outline all of this. And mind you, the purpose of this video is to encourage someone out there, because I've experienced delays. You might be experiencing delay, but of course I just want to use my story to encourage you, to inspire you, to motivate you not to give up on God and to keep holding on for his timing. And when it finally comes, oh gosh, it's going to be mind-blowing. So let's jump into that. So guys, basically you all know that I came into the UK as an international student, right? I'm going to film a separate video really talking about this, my journey as an international student and how God has brought me, with some specifics in the video in between. Yeah, so for this video I just want to talk about my visa, like how God showed up for me and at his own timing and made everything beautiful. Okay, so when I finished my placement last October, that was when I started looking for jobs. I brought you guys along. Then I started looking for jobs that will offer me sponsorship. Of course, I got so many jobs, especially in Greater Manchester. And of course, all these jobs, Like, I didn't struggle to get them, to the glory of God. At some point I'm still asking that question because I've asked it in my previous workplace. I've asked it now, asking colleagues, like senior colleagues, do people fail interview? And of course, my consultant currently told me that people do. She was giving me instances of people that failed interview for social work. I'm like, really? Because I've never failed one. She was like, then you must be good at it. And it just had to, let me know, because at the point I was like, maybe because social workers are in short demand, probably they always take everybody on board. But I've learned it's not the case. So that's the first testimony for me. God has given me favor that I've never failed any social work interview. All the ones I've attended so many of them, and of course I got accepted. Okay, so with that, some of them were not willing to sponsor me. Then I began the search for the one that will sponsor me. Long story cut short, because I've told you guys some of these stories before now. So finally, I got this one where I currently work, and of course, I'm their guinea pig. That's the good news. I'm the first person that my workplace actually offered visa sponsorship. I'm the first person. Isn't God great? And of course, I'm creating rooms for you guys. I'm still going to film a video telling you some local authorities, in case you're a social work student, that you can apply to that actually offer sponsorship. Okay, because I have paved way for you guys. God has gone ahead of me, and I have followed him to go ahead of you guys to make way for you. So don't be bothered about getting a job, sponsored job, after studying social work. Like, you don't have to struggle. Okay, so when I now got this job, you guys were aware of how that I had a start date, but then before then, the decision has not been made, nothing has happened, and eventually it did. But now the underlying story behind that is that, by the grace of God, when I applied for my visa, UK was still giving the priority option. I learned that it's no longer available now, but God did it for me that as at when I did, I think it was the following week they stopped it because they were really struggling. So I applied for priority service, and for that you have to pay extra £500. Good. So I paid extra £500. Believe me, then I didn't have that money. It was more like my last penny, like the last money I had. But I had to do it because I needed my husband to join me as soon as possible. I needed that decision so that my husband can apply, because I need my decision before my husband can actually apply and join me. So because of that, I applied for that. So what that means is that I'm going to get decision about my visa within 5 working days, right? Okay, so I went in for that, but because UK, they have a lot of backlogs, they are actually struggling, and because of that, they didn't give me decision within 5 working days, and it freaked me out. As a result of that, my employer told me, see, you cannot start work. We've not seen like your visa, nothing. Sorry, you might have to wait. Okay, and of course, remember I told you guys I already quit my other jobs because I already have a start date. It's already an agreement, and of course, I applied for priority. Me and my employer, we've calculated all of this. The HR that was working with me as at them, and we've figured out that my visa will be out by this time. So we had that start date, and because of that, because you have to give 1 month notice for my other jobs, I had to, and then I quit, no job for some days. I was out of job. Okay, so out of that frustration, it was really a trying time for me. The waiting period is never funny, but the truth is that when you wait and you trust God, when it comes, it will be so beautiful. Okay, I can't overemphasize this. So finally, while I was waiting, doing all of that, I'm sure it was the Spirit of God, because mind you, I had 2 people, like these are family friends of mine, husband and wife. They got jobs before me. Okay, and of course they've applied for their visa all along, and they didn't apply for priority because they had time. Their visa wasn't expiring. They were just taking their time. They were still in their other jobs. Then finally, when their visa came out, of course, they now told their employer, oh, my visa is out, can we fix a start date? They were like, because they want their tier 2 to start counting already. Then the employer said, no, you cannot start until we get your BRP. That was what they told them. So when my own too happened, my own is that I've not even gotten visa decision. And of course, my employer is saying you cannot. And of course, anyways, eventually, after like, I think 8 or 10 days later, instead of 5 days, my visa decision came out. Of course, I showed you guys I showed you guys that, right? Because I am allowed to work. Now the thing is that in the UK, if you have applied for a visa, okay, you are allowed to live and work in the country while you await the decision. That's the policy. But sometimes some of these employers, some HRs, they don't know about this. Sometimes I tend to blame them, and I still not tend to blame them, because it's their country. They don't need a visa, so they don't know about all these immigration processes. But I believe if you're in that capacity, really, you should be open, and you should be, knowledgeable about all this. So talking about the couple I know, years before their decision, after their decision, of course, they were waiting for decision. Decision came, they went back to their workplace. Our decision is out. We were granted the visa. They said you still cannot start until your BRP is out. And in my own case, my decision is not even out. I'm out of job already. What should I do? By the special grace of God, His Spirit just told me, you know what? Why not call home office? You know that you are allowed to live in the UK while you wait for your visa. Why can't you work? Okay, so I called them, and they told me to tell my employer to call them. Then they can tell them that I can actually work. To the glory of God, my employer did, because sometimes some of them will not. I've had so many cases. I know a young boy that actually finish his program, apply for his post-study since last year. As at May, June, it's not yet out. He got a job. When they found out that his visa is still not out, they told him, sorry, you have to go. You don't have a valid visa. He tried explaining. They said, I'm sorry, no. And that's how he lost that job. So many things are happening. But in my own case, God just showed up for me that my employer accepted to even call. And when they called, they confirmed to them that I can start. And they were open. They said, okay, you have confirmed that you can actually start your work while you wait for your visa decision. Start with us. And you guys have seen that video, right? The very day I started, that was the day I received the email telling me that my visa has been approved, to the glory of God. Now, mind you, this other couple, they got their decision. They were waiting for their BRP, and they told them you can't. So even though you have been granted visa, you still cannot. So, but now what amazes me is that when my visa came out, normally after the day you got your decision, 10 days after that date, you should get your BRP. That's how it was. For them, it worked for them. 10 days later, they got their BRP. But for me, guys, my BRP did not come. As a matter of fact, when I'm filming this video, my BRP just came this week. So this video, I'm filming it on a Saturday. You are going to see it on a Sunday. My BRP came on Tuesday. And I've gotten my decision. Since I've been waiting and waiting and waiting for my BRP, it didn't come out. So imagine if my employer was like this other one that, see, you cannot start even with your decision till we see BRP card. That is when we can agree on a start date. That means I would have been out of job for over 1 month. But that's one thing that God has done for me. So finally, I started that job. Now, look at another good thing about God's timing and making it beautiful. So because I applied for the priority service, okay, now the good thing about the priority service is that it made my visa decision fast, at least, okay. So it was supposed to come out 5 working days. It did not. It came out about 8 to 10 working days later. That's no problem. But you know what, guys? Just this last week in June, I got an alert. Guess what? UKVI refunded my £500. Hey! The day I received that alert, I was like, yeah, this country works. This country, they are organized. The system works. Tell your if you're in Nigeria, go and tell them. I mean, they refunded the money simply because they were supposed to make decision within 5 working days, and they did not. They've already breached contract, if I'm to call it that. They gave me back my money. Now, if I didn't apply for priority, it's possible that by now my visa is not out, because normally it should take like 3 months. If you go and check the time frame for skilled worker visa and all of that, it might take up to 3 months before your decision will come out. That couple I was talking about, theirs took that long before it came out. Now, mine became faster because I applied for priority service. And even though I applied for that priority service, I didn't get it, but it made it faster. At least I got it within 10 working days, and at the end of the day, they still refunded me my money. If I hadn't applied for that, I wouldn't have gotten my decision when I got it, and I still got back my money. Isn't God good? Okay, that's one. I skipped one part. So when I was applying for this visa, I wasn't sure. Now, of course, I applied for the skilled worker visa. So when you apply for the skilled worker visa, there is health and care visa under skilled worker visa. So under that, when I was applying, when you start applying, at a point in your application, they will ask you, are you eligible for health and care visa? Social work is eligible for health and care visa. But when you read the guideline about health and care visa, they will say it's for people working with the NHS and adult social care. And I'm in the children's sector. I'm not an adult social care. I'm not an adult social worker. I'm children and family social worker. So it got me confused. So they will tell you there, if you are not sure, ask your employer. I went back to my employer. Like I told you, I'm their guinea pig. I went back. They said, I'm so sorry. We don't know. We don't really know. And they advise that to be on the safer side, because if you say you are eligible and you are not, it will affect your decision. They can deny you your visa. So to be on the safer side, I just chose, you know what, let me just say no, I'm not eligible, because it's NHS and adult social care, and I'm into children's social care, not adult social care, if that makes sense. But overall, social work is eligible for health and care visa. So because of that, of course, if I had applied or said that I'm eligible for health and care visa, what it means is that I won't pay for IHS, the immigration health surcharge, and that immigration health surcharge was £624 per annum. Okay, so of course, oh gosh, I think I'm missing everything, but you still hear the whole story. £624 per annum. Okay, so I paid for 1 year, of course, and then what happens at the end of the day? I got another alert. Of course, after my decision, I think that very day I got that decision, I received an alert the next day, and my £624 was refunded, meaning I am eligible for health and care visa. I didn't need to pay health surcharge. See what the Lord has done. Ha! I'm still going to come to this song later. So guys, that's how I got back my £624. That was months ago, and now I got my £500 back. All right, that's another thing about God making things beautiful. And okay, as well, when my employer applied for my certificate of sponsorship, because I'm their guinea pig anyways, what they did was that they just gave me 1 year. Okay, they said that they are sponsoring me for 1 year, because of course, and people have been asking me this question, maybe this will be an answer to your question. I am doing ASYE. Yes, I'm in my assessed and supported year of experience, ASYE. That's what I'm doing at my current place of work. And ASYE is 1 year program. In case you don't understand, the way doctors do their internship for 1 year, social workers, we also do that. Okay, so that's what I'm doing. So my employer felt, okay, it's ASYE, so we'll give you 1 year. When you finish your ASYE, we are positive you will pass, and when you pass, we will gladly continue to sponsor you. So that's why they gave me 1 year. But my employer, they were so good. I've told you guys, if you remember the video I filmed with a guest about tier 2 visa sponsorship, sometimes you just need to speak. Okay, I asked them, why are you giving me 1 year now? Please, now at least give me 3 years, because I'm going to pay the same application fee for 1 year, and if it's 3 years, it's the same application fee. The only bad side then I was thinking is about the health surcharge. I'll have to pay for 3 years. I told them that. They were open with me. They said, okay, that's fine, we are going to reach out to home office again and tell them. So they did, and I think they gave them a form to fill, and then they sent it back to them. For days, that's another thing that delayed my applying for my visa. We were waiting for home office to come back and say, yeah, we've approved it for 3 years. They did not. Okay, because they did not, and I was running out of time, I had to apply for my visa, and of course I put just 1 year. So when I put that 1 year, of course, that was why I paid only 1 year health surcharge, £624. And eventually, guys, when my visa came out, guess what? They gave me 3 years. God, I don't know. They gave me 3 years instead of 1 year. They gave me 3 years. Now, the good thing about all of this is that because they have already refunded my health surcharge, meaning I'm eligible for health and care visa, right? When we applied for my husband's visa, I was out of money. My husband didn't have enough money because his was 700 and something per year. That means it will be about almost for 3 years with 2,000 something pounds for that, plus his application and the other thing. Where is the money? We actually don't have it, and we're already thinking of borrowing money. So at the end of the day, I was doing that application. I did my husband's application. And for those of you asking, I did my application myself. I don't understand why people are always curious, as in so eager about helping them to make paying people money to do common application. If you are good with phone, with IT, you can. It's simple. Click and go, click and go, click and go. You don't have to pay anybody nada for them to do applications for you. Come on. Except your case is so crucial that you are not sure. You can. I don't have any issues with home office. I didn't even need an immigration lawyer or anything to help me. I did my application myself. My husband's application, I did my husband's application by myself. So when I was doing my husband's application, at that point they asked that same question again. Is your spouse eligible for health and care visa? I told my husband, he was like, sweet, we are not sure. It's better you leave this thing so that in case they can refund it back. But the question is that we don't have the money ready. We don't have the money ready. I prayed about it and I got that confidence, that boldness. I said yes, that his spouse, being me, is eligible for health and care visa. And that's how, during the application, we only paid the application fee for my husband. I didn't have to pay for the health surcharge for 3 years. And that is it. Yes. You see, that's how God works. Because I think if they didn't refund that money, I don't know where I would have gotten the money to apply for my husband's visa. I don't know. I don't know where I would have gotten that money. But just see how God made everything work out. So guys, are you convinced that God can be trusted? Sometime in March this year, that was when God gave me this word. Like it became a slogan to me. God can be trusted. He told me, I can be trusted. Trust me. And I'm telling you there, God can be trusted. Learn to trust God. You can experience delays. Some things like they are unforeseen, and I know how frustrating it can be. I've been vulnerable to you guys. I've told you guys how I felt, how devil came to me, how he was trying to deceive me. I know it's not easy, but the bottom line is, don't give in. Don't give in to devil and his tactics. God can be trusted. I don't know the delay you are experiencing. I don't know what it is. I don't know what your problem is. It might not even be about immigration, okay? Whatever it is, anything personal, marital, academic, work, employ, anything whatsoever. I just want you to play your own part. Trust God and leave the rest for Him. Let Him just take over. Let Him take over. Just trust Him. Go and sleep. He will do it. He makes all things beautiful in His own time. That's what He told us this month of July. And I want to believe that someone will key into that. When diverse things come around, when doubts swing in anything, just tell that doubting spirit, just tell the devil, God will make this beautiful in His own time. Learn to trust God and His timing. Learn to trust Him. That's all you need to do. So that's the word for us in this month of July, guys. If you believe, if you key into it, just know that He will make all things, not some, everything. He will make them beautiful in His own time. And I hope somebody is encouraged, and I want to believe that you will learn to trust God and wait for His timing. And as you do so, believe me, God will never put you to shame. I've never seen God let people down. God is not in His nature. He is not a man that He should lie, nor the son of man that He should repent. Whatever He says, He does. Remember, He honors His words more than His name. Another thing is learn to get words from God. So what usually keep me in times of my waiting and difficult times is to try and get a word from God. Once God gives me that word, I hold Him. Oh God, this is your word. And God doesn't joke with His word. He honors His words even more than His name. That's the God we serve. And I want to believe this video has helped you. And I want to believe you like this video. Please, if you do, don't forget to hit the like button. Yeah, click the like button. Give this video a thumbs up. As well, I want to read your comments. And maybe let me use this opportunity to announce. I want to announce about the prayer. I'm really I felt it so strong in my spirit this month, yesterday. Okay, I should really do this prayer. Let us come and hold heaven. So we are going to organize it. It's going to be a live video here on YouTube where we are going to pray and trust God. Maybe just 30-40 minutes just to pray and trust God for whatever it is. And hold on to this word as a team, as a family, okay? And tell Him, God, what you have told us is that in this month, that you make all things beautiful. You are just there to tell him, God, I believe you. Okay, so let me know in the comment section if you are interested, if you would like this to hold, and of course we can schedule a date and time when we will come live and hold on to heaven and cry unto him, and of course he will hear us. Thank you guys for watching this video up to this point. I think I can't remember the last time I made a long video like this, but notwithstanding, I think it's worth it. Okay, so like this video, comment, share this video with as many people that you think might need it, and of course subscribe to my channel if you have not. You have loads of things to benefit from this channel, I must tell you, and I'll be seeing you in my next one. Until then, stay blessed, remain intentional, and take care of yourself. Bye.